Question 13. Two pairs of parallel lines intersect to form a parallelogram as shown. Place statements and reasons in the table to complete the proof that the opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. First things first. It says that we have parallel lines. So I should mark that into the picture. Reason that's important, if we have parallel lines, we know all kinds of theorems and postulates relating to those. Secondly, it says prove that the opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. And this picture only marks two opposite angles in this parallelogram. So to be clear, we're talking about this figure right here. So what are we trying to prove? We're trying to prove that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. Those are the opposite angles in the parallelogram. That's going to be the last line of our proof. We don't know the reason yet. If we focus on these parallel lines and this transversal, remember all of our theorems about parallel lines deal with 3 lines, not 4. So right now I'm just kind of ignoring this right here, just dismissing it from my brain, focusing on 2 parallel lines and a transversal. Well, we should know that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. That's the alternate interangle theorem. That's not a choice, but this fact is alternate interior angles are congruent. If I then focus on these parallel lines in transversal M, and I kind of just ignore this. If you look at angles 2 and 3, those are corresponding angles. What do we know about corresponding angles? We know if we have parallel lines, corresponding angles are congruent. That's the corresponding angles postulate. It doesn't list that, but it gives us something similar. Corresponding angles are congruent, so I put that in here. Once again, on a state test, you're just dragging and dropping. So looking at the big picture, let me get rid of all these things. Let me add to the picture what I've done. We've said that angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent. We said angle 2 and 3 are congruent. If you look at your picture now in this parallelogram, we've just shown that 1 and 3 are congruent. That's the transitive property. So 1 takes you to 2, 2 takes you to 3, which is telling us that 1 is taking us to 3. That's a transitive property of congruence. Done and done.